Hello Sagittarius, welcome to your mid to late July 2026 bonus tarot reading. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Michelle. This is Gypsy Insights Tarot and Sagittarius Sun Rising. This is a reading that is meant for you. Of course, my moon and my Venus sign Sagittarians are also very welcome here. So Sagittarius, let's see. What are the general energies that are coming up for Sagittarius? Mid to late July 2026 for Sagittarius, please, Spirit. If you're after a personal reading, I do have very limited slots available, so get in early if you'd like one of those. You can email me for more information, gypsyinsights@gmail.com. Thank you so much, guys, for your likes, your shares, your comments, your subscribes. Your support means the world to me. Truly, Sagittarius. Let's see, I'm going to get your cards down and then we'll start to talk about mid to late July 2026 for Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Rising, Moon and Venus also welcome. Alright, let's see here. Sagittarius, what is the message for Sagittarius for mid to late July 2026 for Sagittarius? Time, pressure, feeling in a rush. Okay, well, let's see if that's external or internal for my Sagittarians. Let's take a look. Healing energy. Well, for a lot of you, it's external because I feel the internal energy is one with this Bridget energy of you feeling like, you know what, I need time. I need time to heal. Definitely a strong feeling around that. Let's see, right in the center we do have strength. Yes, you know, I do see healing as a time of gaining or regaining strength for you, Sagittarius. In the past, we do have the Page of Cups, so something has come towards you quite recently, I feel, and with the Hanged Man there is a need to pause, to see things from many different perspectives, and then finding your path forward, the Ace of Swords. So if you are feeling pressured or in a rush, make sure that you don't get to a point where you feel overburdened or overstressed by that. When we talk about deadlines, I don't feel that this is something that is... It's something that needs to be dealt with, certainly, but it feels like it needs to be dealt with at your own pace. Now, if this is a time of added stress or something that's adding stress to your workload, if it's a time of something that comes to you at this time which involves increased responsibility, it could be another job, it could be it could be a promotion where you have added responsibility. Some of you are feeling pressured to do something. Some of you are feeling pressured to get a different job. Some of you are feeling pressured to do things that you haven't been able to do in the past. Some of you are feeling like, is it too late? Is it too late? That's more of an internal pressure than an external pressure. But for a lot of you, I feel like there's it's a combination of the two, really. There's an urge to rush, but Spirit is saying, slow down. Otherwise, you could become overwhelmed and find it too challenging, too difficult. Now, when we're faced with a lot of responsibility, feeling pressured, feeling rushed, we can sometimes just give up. And that's not what you need to be focusing on here, Sagittarius. Your best path to follow is the Ten of Coins. So making sure that you do things for the long term. Making sure that what you choose to do at this time is for your greater good long term. You know, you have a long way to go, Sagittarius. Some may have felt like, oh, time's wasting. I need to do this now. But for a lot of my Sagittarians, you know, you have a long way. So it's not like you need to do everything today and you need to do everything yesterday. You know, pause, take a breath, prioritize, and then focus and get things done steadily, progressively. The Knight of Wands is here. Yeah, for a lot of you, I love that energy because it is your card, Sagittarius. It feels to me like this Bridget energy. Taking charge of your life, taking charge of your own workload, taking charge of when you do things, how you do things, not feeling stressed, overwhelmed, not feeling pressured. We have the Death card. That's in your hopes and fears. Don't be in a rush to get from one thing to another. Enjoy the journey. The Knight of Wands is someone who enjoys the journey. They're very passionate, very enthusiastic. They enjoy travel, that's you of course, and a Knight of Wands also enjoys the moment, lives very much in the moment, is up for the challenge with that Strength card. Enjoying your life. That's where you're meant to be right now. I mean, to put it very succinctly, the outcome for you is the Five of Swords. And what's hidden is the Moon. Well, you just don't know what's going to happen next. None of us do, guys. I mean, we can profess to know all we want, but we truly don't. The Moon tells me that there's many different possibilities for your future. And while some of it may indeed be fated, there is a lot of it which is choice. You have sovereignty with that Strength card. You have the ability to make choices. Now with that Five of Swords energy as the outcome, we do have the Chariot. And the Chariot card is number 50, and if you reduce that, it is 5. It's linked to that Five of Swords. 5 is always it is a challenge in life, certainly. And when we talk about Chariot, Chariot is all about wound healing. Oh gosh, yeah, Sagittarius, you've been going deep, haven't you? Chariot provides deep physical and emotional healing, and that's something with that Death card that has been ongoing for a while. You know, it's something that you've been challenged by and that you're finding your strength to go through. There's an energy here of waiting. Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, I know, Sagittarius, when you're in that kind of challenge in life, struggle, just to get through a difficulty, to get through to the other side, to get back that feeling of the Knight of Wands, to feeling fully healed, excited, and enjoying life again. We can be in a rush, but with that Hangman, it tells me that it's not something that you can control. There are some things in life that we can control, our reactions to things, but in this case I'm sensing an energy around you, Sagittarius, of not being able to control the timing of this healing. At this time, with that Death card, you're transmuting negative energy, converting challenge, difficulty, stress, feeling overwhelmed. Some of you have been going through a really tough time in terms of feeling like life was against you, like it was feeling like, gosh, when does this ever end? And feeling like nothing that you did was ever good enough, or you couldn't quite reach a level of success that you knew deep down was attainable. You've seen it happen, but for you it felt like something was just kind of obstructing that energy. You know, getting to that finish line has been very, very difficult. Yeah, so this card is a sign that you're being given assistance. Sagittarius, here's the thing. Whatever has happened in your life, whatever your greatest trauma is, there's a realization here, an understanding that it has given you so much strength, so much wisdom, so much power, because you've gotten through it. I mean, so many people who have gone through these challenges in life have not been able to get out the other side of it, but you have. I get that people around you have fallen at the final hurdle. They haven't been able to reach it, and at times you may have felt like you were also destined to go down that road, but you haven't, and you're not. Yeah, you're accepting what you've been through. You're accepting your life and your life's challenges with grace, and that is so hard to do. Sagittarius, so hard. And you're managing to pick yourself up and continue to keep going, even though you don't know where life is leading you, and you're not meant to know. Wow. Charoite re-energizes that Knight of Wands. It heals, it integrates dualities, it helps heal past life trauma that has been carried into this present life. So for a lot of my Sagittarians, with that Ace of Swords, you're understanding where you've had to be dealing with a lot of deep fears. I think from a young age you were quite fearful. Life may have been very unstable, very unpredictable. And for a lot of you, you have pursued predictability, you have pursued stability, and it feels like it hasn't quite... It's been a little bit beyond your reach, your power. And you're getting to a point in life here with this clock time where you're really trying to find a place where you feel that you belong. For some of you with that Five of Swords, you may have felt like a sense of loneliness or alienation. For a lot of you, you are on the surface of it very calm, very stoic, and you can tend to hide the insecurity behind a level of strength, and it's natural, Sagittarius. I think you've learned that. You've learned to hide feelings of insecurity through this kind of stoic demeanor. But you're a warrior. You're someone who isn't afraid. You've really challenged yourself through life. Some of these decisions that you've made in the past have been the hard things. You haven't taken the easy road. So be proud of that. Not in a vain kind of way, but just knowing that what you can push yourself to do, knowing that you have pushed yourself, whereas that fearful younger you or that fearful child was quite a different person. I think that your trajectory in life, where you started, was from a very fearful place, but look at you now. Make a list of all your strengths, guys. Don't see yourself as that former you, which you may have felt was quite weak, or was challenged to become stronger because you were weak, or was seen to be weak by others. You may have been bullied in the past by older people. That's what I'm getting. And there's need to be something that needed to be healed there. For some, there's this subtle influence that has gone through your life, Sagittarius. Very subtle influence of bullying, other people's ideas about you, subtly influencing you. You may have been being driven by other people's thoughts and programs rather than your own, and you're learning how to overcome that. For some, your nervous system may be off at this time. It may be operating from that place of fear or from that fearful child energy, maybe resurfacing at this time. But to recalibrate that, you have to really focus on your strengths. Write them down so that you can, anytime you're feeling that nervous tension or that sense of unease, have a look at what you've accomplished in life. Remind yourself that you're no longer that fearful child. It's time to take control. You seem to be undergoing a great change in your vibration, and I think that you're overcoming some past trauma and karma here, guys. Yeah, but being fully present in this moment. This is a very high frequency, and the timing is now or any time, really. Healing of past wounds. Gosh, guys. Whew, some pretty deep energy that I'm feeling around this, Sagittarius. This is something that has to be done in due time. Although you'd like to rush through this, you can't. It's not possible. We have fire, passion. Well, the Knight of Wands. Yeah, that's what allows you to get through this difficult challenge. Is this Knight of Wands energy? Is this passion of yours? It drives you. Remember that you have it. Remember that you have this fuel. See it as something that if you want to accelerate the timing, put more energy into the fire. Like, what do you do if you want to inflame a fire, make it grow? You put air into it, number one, and also you can pour gasoline onto the fire to really make it go. So, yeah. Work with the element of fire to eliminate negative thoughts and behaviors. Imagine flames raging and consuming any darkness that lies within. Some of you may be doing a ritual at this time, burning away something which, it could be more metaphorical here than figurative, burning away the past. For some of you, this fear is being burned away. I'm getting that very strongly. And your renewed passion with this Knight of Wands invokes love that you've been waiting for. Yes. So there is a way to get through this stage of your life faster, and it's by fueling this fire. Since time began, there's always been the spark of life. Fire deities, one of which is Bridget, have imbued our courage and empowered us to focus on that energy of fire. The athame or sword represents the fire element. Lighting a candle is the physical representation of fire. But remember, guys, make sure that you use fire responsibly. Definitely. Yeah. For some of you, your sparkle had waned. You felt like your fire had died down, that something was missing in your life. Whether it's a lust for life, a belief in yourself, or motivation. This element of fire is wanting for you to spice things up in your life. And for you, Sagittarius, it's your element. The magic of fire invokes lust, passion, attraction, love. And you're being encouraged to cast aside any fears and bring warmth into your inner world. Fire waits to be acknowledged and worked with by you, Sagittarius. So invite this energy and allow the strength of its energy, that strength card, to purify and cleanse any doubts, worries that you have at this time. Fire will fuel you to be able to walk in your light with full energy, full vitality, so that you can reclaim this sense of power and healing energy. Sagittarius, let's see. I'm going to get one from this deck. Message for Sagittarius. We have intelligence, the Havana Brown cat. Oh, yeah. Look at that card, guys. The Havana Brown. Now, with this one, it is card number 19. With this Ace of Swords, you have that energy of fire, of conquering your fears, working through them, but there is a need, and where you've grown, where you've experienced more in life, and you're not just this pure element of fire, you're using the sword here, this athame. You're using it intelligently. You're using this passion wisely. You're thinking things through. You're looking deeply and through all angles. And I did say that earlier with that Hanged Man. So drawing upon your knowledge, your wisdom, your experience to formulate a solution or a plan. Yeah. Now, there's an energy here of making sure that you use your knowledge, your wisdom, all kinds of relevant information, your expertise with this Ace of Swords. Be nuanced, sensible, multifaceted in your approach. This Havana Brown cat is very clever. And what I'm sensing here is over time you have gained a lot of intellectual ability, with each passing year. You're no longer that younger person there who maybe was a little bit I just want to say lacked experience with life. That's all. For some of you got into something quite young. I'm getting that message. But you've gained more intelligence with each passing year. See yourself as very perceptive, as very wily, knowing when to wait with that Hanged Man, when to watch, and when to act. Sit back. The time will come when you'll know when to act. You won't know how or why you know it, but you'll know it. You'll sense it. This cat listens to his intuition, which is, intuition of course is informed by everything that we've learned over the course of our lives. So like the woman sitting peacefully here on this cat's head, be confident in your mastery. You may not know everything with that Moon card, but you know a lot. And what's more, you have a sense of what you still need to learn before moving forward. And you know how to seek that knowledge with that Ace of Swords and find it. Both the cat and the woman in this card can see through BS. They're never quick to believe a tall tale or jump on a bandwagon. No, they go beyond. They're curious. They know that they don't just believe for belief's sake. You may have done that when you were younger, but you definitely don't do it now. Yeah. They instantly detect when something is BS, exaggerated, where there's manipulation or where someone is lying. So for some of you, you may need to question a dynamic or dive deeper, especially if there's something here that seems to be this element of, I don't know, it feels like something that is off about. It could be a person or it could be a situation around you, feeling pressured. I don't know, I just get an energy here of if anything that makes you feel overwhelmed, pressured, take a long step back here and see it from different angles, because it may or may not, this pressure may or may not be real. Yeah. There may be something here that you need to find out with that Moon card. I'm not saying it's a lie, but it could just be something that you need to look into. It could be mixtures of truth and untruth, Life is never really easy or black and white. So I would say be critical, skeptical a bit here. Demand proof before you believe. Definitely. take a moment before you react or respond. Definitely don't assume or take things at face value at this time. Sagittarius, investigate. Utilize that full force of your intelligence, which includes your intuition, your knowledge, your wisdom, and your experience. Ooh, Sag. Let's see, any other messages here for Sagittarius? Use your intelligence. That way you won't get caught up in something that isn't best for you at this time. Yeah, that Five of Swords, I don't see that as a bad thing. I see it as you being able to use your intelligence, your wisdom, to know when you're getting the wool pulled over your eyes. And then we've got the Moon stepping into the unknown. Yeah, this is something here where you really do have to let go of needing to know the how, why, and when of things. You know, tarot can help and guide, but it's not going to tell you exactly. We all have free will. We all have sovereignty in our own lives, and while there are some things that we cannot have any kind of control over that are outside of our immediate control, we can control how we what choices we make in given each moment, given each circumstance. Yeah, but there's definitely a need here to step back, especially if something's making you feel a bit fearful. Is it real or imagined? Is the fear coming from a place of past trauma, unhealed past trauma, or is it something that's very real? Step back, don't feel pressured, and find the information that you need to step forward. But you won't know with full certainty. That Moon energy tells me that what's hidden here is something that is unknown. But you know what? Life, we don't have a roadmap. And even if we do tarot every day and follow its guidance, there is an element here that we just don't know. So there's no point in kind of focusing on it. Now do what you can, try your best, and then see what happens, Sagittarius. You know, because there's some things that you just aren't meant to know in life. You know, if we were truly meant to know every facet of our lives, we would never grow. We would never experience anything in life. There's something here that's meant to be experienced, and you're going to be okay. You're meant to have the courage to step forth and explore more opportunities in life. You know, stepping into the unknown. But you're doing it with intelligence. You're doing it with this energy of fire. But this time, the sword is being forged in fire. And this is living an authentic life, living your truth, living with courage, living with passion, and doing it the intelligent way. Yeah? This is not you doing things when you were younger. You know, this is something that is quite different. Let's see, I'm going to get another card on that actually. Message here for Sagittarius. Dragonfly spirit. Yeah, you've changed. The whole point of this time in your life that you've gone through, the challenges that you've gone through in your life, is to get you to a point where you have changed. Healing. Let's see. Dragonfly spirit. Some of you may be seeing dragonflies, or whenever you see a dragonfly, it is something that has a message for you, a message of strength, a message of courage to hold on, to keep going. Faith. Yeah. Your life is divinely guided at this time. Trust and know that the way forward, you are spiritually and divinely protected. And making a commitment to self first and foremost, and then a commitment to what's important long term, guys. Remember I said that earlier. I think in the past you may have been more focused on more short term goals. At this time I think you're focused more long term. And we also have abundance. All your needs are met above and beyond your greatest expectations. Trust and have faith that that is so, and that you will be. This 10 of coins is a card of abundance, that you will be taken care of in difficult times, that spirit is taking care of you, and also opportunities that you can't see at the moment. There will be abundance attached to that. I feel called to get you a spirit animal, so I will. Dragonfly is definitely one of them, but let's see. Pig spirit. Yeah, use your mind wisely. Some of you were born in the year of the pig, the Chinese pig, Chinese zodiac, and not for all of you, but for some of you. Yeah, using your mind wisely. Trust your intelligence, trust your wisdom. Not doing things blindly. Blind faith is something for younger people. Sagittarius. I'm going to leave it there and wish you all the very best. Please do take care. If you'd like a personal reading, I do have a small number of slots available. You can email me, gypsyinsights@gmail.com. Link is down below if you prefer to reach me that way. All right, Sagittarius, thank you for your likes, your shares, your comments, and your subscribes. Please do take care, and bye for now.